What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you a video discussing all the drama going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers. This video is definitely inspired by the Shams piece that came out right after the Cavaliers lost to the Celtics. So let's get into everything, guys. So before I start in detail everything going on with the Cavaliers and give you my opinion on what should happen, I want to bring up 2 points first. First, the biggest controversial thing is Jerry Allen not getting the shot to numb his ribs and to tough out in a play during the series with the Celtics. I'm not opposed to that. I know teammates have been frustrated with that. I'm not surprised. Growing up in sports, you think some of your teammates can battle through some injuries that you might and do something that you might do, but them shots are serious. They have bad long term effects. And also, we seen with Tyrod Taylor with the Chargers a couple of years ago, with the punctured lungs situation, bad things can happen. Mistakes can happen. I'm not sure what happened with the Tyrod situation. I think he sued, but I don't know if he won or whatever. But he ended up getting a punctured lung, and that did really jumpstart Justin Herbert's career because he ended up starting game one. He was supposed to start sometime down the line his rookie season, but like I said, he was gonna start. He was gonna start anyways, but he wasn't expected to start that early. Tyrod was supposed to be a bridge quarterback and give Herbert some time to mature and learn, but that wasn't the case. So um, that getting the shot stuff, getting the cortisone shot, whatever it is, I'm not sure the exact shot that he was going to get for the ribs, but getting those style of shots, you know, people like to say it gauges your love of the game and all that stuff. I don't think so. Everybody's not with that stuff, so I'm not opposed to that. But so I do understand Allen not getting that. But I do understand his teammates' frustration as well for not being available in the biggest time of their lives right now. So, um, but I get into it later about Allen's future. But on to the actual piece. I'll start with JB Bickerstaff first. Been with the team for a couple years now, and it seems like Donovan Mitchell and some of the other veterans do not want him around anymore. Um, it's tough, man. It's tough to be a leader of men in professional sports. It's tough to be a leader of men in the real world too, in the business world, in the working world, but especially in sports, man. People making money, millionaires. You gotta control these men. Not control, but guide them, teach them, and when you're trying to learn on the job yourself, it's tough to do that. And JB hasn't been the greatest. Obviously, he made some mistakes. We all know this. I'm not a Cavs fan, but I've seen the mistakes that he made and stuff like that. But I think he did an okay job. I wouldn't mind giving him another year, but clearly, if you're a star player and you want to keep Donovan Mitchell, which we'll get into later, if Mitchell doesn't want him there, then you kind of can't keep him. But as Woj said, I think Woj responded to the piece from Shams and said himself that the Cavs are kind of in a tough spot as far as coaching goes because I mean, getting rid of JB, who you gonna bring in to be a guarantee upgrade? Not too many options out there, So it's like I don't know if you can get rid of JB right away, but your star player Mitchell doesn't want him, so it seems so, or doesn't trust him. So it's kind of a tough spot there to be in if you're JB and the Cavs because there's no clear upgrades. So what are you gonna do? So that's kind of a tough spot there. On to the Darius Garland slash Donovan Mitchell situation. So, as we all known for a while now, that Garland and Mitchell aren't going to work long term. Even though they had good moments together, they seem friendly on the court. There's always been rumors swirling around why they never really been that fond of each other, and their games can't really mature together either. And it seems like that has been proven to be true. Garland wants out if Mitchell is extended long term. The Mitchell situation to me is kind of tough. Um, I'd rather see them trade him, but everything going around Mitchell's name is that he wants to stay. But I want him traded, And I've said it in a video just yesterday. I did a video on a NBA roundup style video right before this piece came out, and I said it myself that I think out of all the available players, I think Mitchell is kind of the belle of the ball. I think he's the king of the court. I think he should be the most courted player this offseason to be traded if the Cavs want to move him or if he wants to be moved. But as I said, I don't know if he wants to be moved, so that kind of might be a null point there. But I like Mitchell over Trae Young, over Jonte Murray, over even KD because he is younger. And I think, obviously that the Lakers could use his services very, very badly. He's a scorer who's not scared of the big moment. He would fit perfectly with Bron and AD in LA, in a package of Rui, Austin Reeves, and Gabe Vincent, or somebody should get the job, and a pick or two should get the job done. But does Dan Gilbert want to help LeBron out? Does LeBron want to even come to Cleveland? So there's a bunch of things up in the air there as far as Mitchell goes. Does he want to stay in, or does he want to go? I think he should want to go, but you never know what these players want. Plus, he can get a $200 million extension this offseason, so we'll see what happens there. But as far as Garland goes, he has a big contract. Hasn't really lived up to it, especially not in his playoffs. Didn't look the greatest. Where could Garland go? Some say the Houston Rockets, flipping him for Fred VanVleet. Not opposed to it, but if you're Mitchell, how does that get you better? So it's just it's tough, man. It's tough building these teams. It's tough building these relationships because it's like, okay, these players aren't fond of each other. They don't want to be together no more. Cool, but who can I flip him with to get good return back and help this? If we do keep Mitchell, how can we make the team better? I don't see how, and there's a tough part. I don't see how. Sending sending Garland to the Houston Rockets to me won't work. Maybe get Jalen Green back and Fred VanVleet. Doubtful though. Get one of those two back. That's not gonna do nothing for me if I'm Mitchell or the Cavaliers fans or trading Garland to the Spurs. You get Keldon Johnson or Vasil. Garland makes sense to me pairing with Wemby. He'll be a very good option. I've been saying all off season, I'm not really a fan of Trae Young going to the Spurs, but I wouldn't mind D'Angelo Russell. I wouldn't mind DeJounte Murray. I wouldn't mind a couple other guys as well. And I think Garland fits the bill for being a good playmaker, a good overall weapon, offensive weapon to pair with Wemby. I think that makes sense there. Playmaker, floor general, scorer, also pretty balanced point guard. I think he fits the mold to pair with Wemby over a guy like Trae Young, in my opinion. But they all kind of work if you want to make it work. But a point guard upgrade is definitely needed in San Antonio. So Garland to the Spurs for Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, and some other pieces. That's cool, but it's not gonna do nothing for the Cavs. It's like I don't know what they do to make it happen. So for me, well, I'll get into one more thing before I get into what I would do. And then you have Evan Mobley's situation. Evan Mobley supposedly never wanted to come to Cleveland. Cleveland, his camp came out and said, "Hey, we don't want to come here. Don't draft us," and they still draft him anyway. That's tough, But you do have the situation you look at now that they drafted a couple years ago, Evan Mobley's brother. So is that the reason why they drafted his brother to keep him happy? That's something there as well. It's kind of like a Giannis situation. Giannis has his brother, had multiple brothers there at one point in time, but it seemed like Thanos, I think his name is, he's not going nowhere. Even with a torn Achilles he got a couple weeks ago now, whatever it was, he's going to be on that staff, on that roster forever. So it seems. So um, these players come out of college have power. They have power. They have rule over what's going on. So that's probably why Mobley has his brother on that team to keep him happy to a certain extent. Then you have Jared Allen as well. So for me, what I would do, and I've been saying for a while, and I've been doing videos for a while now, I would have traded Jared Allen years ago, about a year and a half ago. I've been on record on video saying that. I've been in real life saying that also. Jared Allen to me never was a good fit. He played well, had good moments, but if you want Mobley to be the man, you gotta let him be the man and grow in situations. And having Allen there when he was healthy kind of limited Mobley's growth, kind of stunted his growth in my opinion. They never really were a great fit together, so I'm fine with letting go of Jared Allen. That's definitely cool with me. Teams should want him. Just despite the injury stuff and the real situation and players getting mad with him, I think teams will definitely use and could use Jared Allen's services, and he's a pretty good center, a very good starting center in his league in the league today. But I've been saying Mobley needs to be the only big man, the only real big man on a starting lineup. He needs to really expand his game, and his growth to me kind of got stunted with Jared Allen. Donovan Mitchell, if I'm Donovan Mitchell, even if I'm the Cavs, I wouldn't keep him. I was just going to rebuild. I'm not going to lie. I would go on a rebuild. Uh, and going for a rebuild will probably make Mobley want to leave as well sometime down the line. He already didn't want to be there anyway. But if I'm the Cavs, I would let go of I will let go of Mitchell, trade him for the best assets possible. Lakers, Magic, whoever else you want to name, that can use Mitchell services. But let's go with the Lakers. So trade Mitchell to the Lakers, get Reeves, Rui, and a couple first round picks. Then you keep Garland, you have Reeves, you have Rui, Evan Mobley, and you do something with Jared Allen. That's not bad. That's respectable. You have another playmaker in Reeves. You got Garland who can be the real playmaker of the team, and he can be a more scoring guard as well because Reeves not going to take over the role all the way for Donovan Mitchell. You have Mobley who should kind of sprout out and spread his wings as well as as a young star player too. So I wouldn't mind that, or you can switch teams. Mitchell to the Magic, you get Jonathan Isaac, you get Jalen Suggs, or you get someone else to make it work. That's not bad either. Another defensive guy coming to that Cavs team. So multiple moves can look good for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but then you have the head coach. Um, I guess if you let go of Mitchell, I guess you can bring back JB for one more year, maybe. But if you don't, who do you bring in if not JB? Because I wouldn't mind a JJ Redick. I wouldn't mind Sam Cassell, but Sam is going on this. If you go with the legendary Sam Cassell, who's been around forever now as a player and as a assistant coach, you don't want his first job to be a team already in a weird situation. So who do I mean? There's not too many names out there that's not going to be a first time head coach. So it's like I don't know where the Cavs go. They're kind of right now stuck in a rock and a hard place. But that's what I would do. I would keep JB for one more year. I will let go of Mitchell, trade him for the best assets possible. Keep Garland, let him be the star of the show. Him and Mobley. And I would, like I said, trade. It's a proposed trade. Mitchell to the Lakers. Get Rui. Get Austin Reeves. Get Gabe Vincent or whoever else to make the trade work, plus a first round pick or two. And then I'll ride out there and see what. And Jerry Allen can move on as well. And then I'll see what happens there. I think that's the best way. That's something that's the best thing you can really do right now if you're a Cleveland Cavaliers fan and kind of hope for, in my opinion, because keeping Mitchell gets you rid of Garland, cool, but you lose your head coach as well, which some people might be cool with as well. But I mean, who's going to be the running mate with Mitchell? Just another a mediocre or average guard, or you're going to just let him be him and Mobley and worry about getting picks and stuff later? I don't know. So you bring in a guy like Keldon Johnson. He's not going to move the needle for the Cavaliers. I like Johnson. I like Keldon Johnson a whole lot. He's improved since his time, being a rookie until now from Kentucky. But he's not going to really change the landscape or replace Garland. So it's like I don't really know what they do. Fred VanVleet for Garland, like I don't. That does nothing for the Cavaliers. So it's like I don't really know what they do if they keep Mitchell and try to trade Garland. So I would just trade Mitchell, get the most assets possible, and then rock out with Garland and Mobley as the two-star guys for right now. And then, as I said, down the line, you're going to rebuild anyway, probably, because Garland won't be there long term, probably, and Mobley doesn't want to be there long term either, probably. So it's like, it's kind of pointless. I would just rebuild now for real. So sell the team from Dan Gilbert, and just let somebody else worry about it because I don't know what to do, man. This team building stuff, team chemistry stuff is hard. That's why you gotta respect it when teams do win and win on a consistent basis and win titles because man, it is so much drama going on in the locker room, so many millionaires, so much money flowing around, and people can't get along to save their lives, man. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.